Today we have a very special guest, the famous psychologist Carl Rogers and his favorite restaurant, Carl's Jr.
I'm so glad to be here, and Carl's Jr. is enjoying my favorite food today.
We want to thank you for being here today. We appreciate your time sincerely. So what's your business?
I'm going to be talking about my life and my life work while I enjoy my favorite fast food.
So would you like to tell us about your childhood? Where and when were you born?
I was born on January 8th, 1902 in Oakland Park, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. My father, Walter A. Rogers, was a civil engineer and a Congregationalist by religious demeanor, something like that. My mother, bless her soul, was a home worker and devout Baptist. I was the fourth of their 7 children.
Wow, sounds like your family is very, very busy.
Yeah, it was all the time.
Well, where did you go to school?
I graduated out of Wisconsin-Madison. I created the person-centered therapy approach. I feel like I was strongly influenced to conducting my client-centered approach by the post-Freudian psychotherapeutic practice.
Could you tell me what that is?
Of course. Well, client-centered therapy or person-centered therapy is a non-directive approach to talk therapy that requires the client to actively take the reins during each therapy session, while the therapist acts mainly as a guide or source of support to the client.
I see. And what did you struggle with during that time?
Well, client-centered therapy or person-centered therapy is a non-directive approach to talk therapy. I majorly criticized my client-centered therapy and was criticized about the educating my patients intellectually about their lack of being a change agent would not help the client to achieve growth. I faced a lack of inner conflict resolution.
How did you even lead up to that point in the first place?
I served as the director of Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. It helped me establish a counseling center connected with the university and conducting studies to determine my method's effectiveness.
Did any of your other hobbies influence your work as a psychologist?
Yes, it did. My mom's work with education deeply influenced my work. My work with children made me curious about approaching psychology differently.
Did your work influence any major criticisms or setbacks?
Yes, it did. I think it was in the book. Wait, hold on. Where am I? One form of opposition to client-centered therapy focused on positive views of human nature. I was frequently criticized as naively optimistic and as failing to recognize human evil. The critics asserted that my view of human nature and unfavorability restricted the responsiveness to clients.
That's interesting. Did you state that in one of your books? What book was that?
Yes, I did. I think it was in the book on personal power, inner strength, and its revolutionary impact.
Ah, yes, I remember reading that. Do you think you're very popular?
I'm not sure. I hope my work helped people though.
What advice would you give to your future psychologist?
I'd give advice to always be flexible and adapt, because no patient will ever be the same, but maybe similar. Always approach the patient with new and a positive, open mindset. I would offer a person-centered care, meaning they would adapt and focus on care that is of the subject that works best for them. And the reactions and emotions of care is different for all patients around the world and of all backgrounds.
Well, that concludes most of my questions. I want to thank you for your team. I really appreciate it.
Oh my God, you're very welcome. Love for burger too. A perfect burger, perfect conversation on a perfect day.
Carl was one of the founders of humanistic psychology, widely regarded as one of his most eminent thinkers in psychology. He is best known for developing the psychotherapy method called client-centered therapy, and for being one of the founders of humanistic psychology. Many psychologists today still use his methods in the workplace every day. Rest in peace, Carl Rogers, January 8th, 1902 to February 4th, 1987.